guys, it's Emily Fennell, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit more in depth about the way that I do my welcome calls. I've had a lot of people asking questions, so I just want to go over it. So, if you're watching this video, I'm hoping that you already know what a welcome call is. You've been doing them with your teams. Maybe your teams are growing big enough where you need a little bit of a change because you have too many to do. So this is what I did when I got to that point. I created a welcome video. So basically, I used the success plan, that bullet point list, and I made a little video. I think it's like 15 minutes long, where I was able to get the bulk of that information on video. And so new ambassadors, so my level 2s, were able to watch that video and got all that good information. So when I got on the phone with them, it was a much shorter call and it was much more focused on them specifically, so I can really hone in on what it is that they want from this and how I can help them get there. Now, the most important part of this is keeping the integrity of the duplication. So you want this, if you do a video, you only want it for your level 1s to show their level 1s. And then if they choose to do phone calls or videos, your level 1s can make that choice. But you really, really don't want this to go viral, or else you're never going to get that duplication. That's very, very important for growing a stable, long-lasting team. So my specific welcome calls with the new ambassadors, I still like them to be 3-way calls. I still want my level 1s to hear me speaking to my level 2s. And I also kind of like when they chime in, like I'll kind of ask them questions sometimes and make it a little bit more interactive. The first thing I want to focus on is getting to know that new ambassador. So my focus is asking questions. Usually my first question is something like, were you able to watch my video, and verify that they watched it? And then I say, what stood out to you in the video? Now this is really important when you're doing welcome calls. And a lot of the things that I do on my welcome calls, I learned as a special ed teacher. One of them is to bite your tongue. So when you ask a question, literally sometimes I bite my tongue, because I don't want to answer it for them. I don't know if you guys do this, but I find myself saying things like, so what stood out to you in the video? Was it the compensation? Was it no, just ask the question. What was it that stood out to you in the video? And then stop and let them answer. So that's really important. That's a key thing for welcome calls, is not answering questions for them. Another thing I do is I understand what it is they want or where they are, whether it's just wholesale, just wanting products paid for, curious but very tentative, or 100% in and can't wait to get started. And you kind of gauge where they are, and then you kind of talk that through. I like to think of it as pushing them kind of one step above where they think they are. You never want to put any pressure. That's not at all what Plexus is, but I like to call it painting a picture. You want to paint a picture for them and make it reality. I think one of the biggest jumps that people have is when the dream of taking it to the next step feels realistic. And when it feels realistic, they're more apt to take that next step and maybe step a little out of their comfort zone, whether that be posting on Facebook or just sharing with their mom, whatever it is. You can kind of guide them to painting a picture of what that could look like if they were to do it. Another thing is really honing in on some positives. I did this as a teacher a lot. As a teacher, you look for the positives in your students and you talk about them. So if you have somebody who is super, super into wellness and nutrition and really understands the body, then you want to say, hey, I noticed that you know all this stuff. That's huge. That right there could help you be a successful ambassador. Maybe it's somebody who has lots of friends. You want to medical field, whatever it is, find a positive in them, whatever it is, and bring it up and let them know that you notice it, and let them know how that would fit in to help them be a stronger or a better ambassador. Be a good ambassador, potentially be able to do this business. So it's all about painting a picture, making it feel like a reality, backing that up with actual positives that they have that you've seen in them already, and then focusing on specific goals. I really like that. It's that hit that 500 PV and get 3 ambassadors. That's usually what the goal is. If they're true wholesalers, then maybe just talking about that 500 PV, or maybe just saying, hey, why don't you try the products for a little bit and let's touch base again in 3 months, you know? That's okay to do. If it's a welcome call, you don't want to be pushy. So just really feel them out, get there. There was one other thing I was going to say. But anyway, shoot. Anyway, well, I hope this helped. And if you have questions or you want to talk specifically about a situation, let me know. But other than that, I'm hoping that your welcome calls will be a little bit more fruitful and that you can get some relief of doing all of that whole, welcome call at once if you do the video and the welcome call. All right, thanks guys.